Hey everyone, this is Melody from Melody's Makings, and I am back to continue on the Entrelac knitting videos. My first video was how to do the base triangles, and as you can see, I have now gone ahead and finished all of the base triangles on this project, on this hat. And it does look a little bit weird at this point, but I promise it'll start looking different and better as we move further along in the project. So you can see that I've done the last base triangle because I'm back to my first base triangle. Here's my yarn tail, and so I'm ready to start on my next color or my next round. I am going to go ahead and continue on with red with my brown, and I have already gone ahead and cut the brown yarn tail just to make it easier. And make sure you leave a long enough tail that things aren't going to unravel. You have plenty of room to pull, plenty of room to secure the end later on. So this is the knit side, which is going to be the outside of your hat. In order to go ahead and continue on in tier 1, we're going to need to pick up our red yarn, and we need to pick it up onto our right needle so that we can continue knitting in the round. So in order to do that, we need to turn our work over onto the purled side of the work, and we need to go ahead and pick up and purl 6 stitches right along this edge where we were originally slipping those stitches. You can see we have nice I don't know exactly how to explain that. I guess 2-tier stitches right there that we should be picking up. And we want to go ahead and pick up both of the loops on each stitch when we purl. So go ahead and go through that first stitches, loops, both of them. And if I can find my yarn end here, you'll go ahead and purl that with your color number 2. So you see we now have 1 purled red stitch on our needles. Now we go ahead and we want to do that 6 times. So we've got 1, 2, now you might find that down towards the bottom of your very first base triangle, things are a little bit wonky and there's not quite 6 stitches there. There's probably 5. That's totally fine. Just make a stitch anywhere in there, an extra stitch. As long as you're making it in that general vicinity, you're going to be just fine. Things will look totally normal. So we've got 6 stitches, and on the 6th stitch we want to go ahead and slip it onto our left hand needle, and we're going to purl it together with the first stitch from our first base triangle. Then we're going to turn the project over and we're just going to knit across those 6 stitches that we just worked. Then we're going to turn our work back over, and on tier 1, instead of slipping on the knit side, we're going to be slipping on the purl side. So we go ahead and we slip the first stitch over, purl 4, and then we purl 2 together, one of those being the next stitch from our first base triangle. Now we're going to turn our work back over and we're just going to knit straight across one more time. Turn our work back over. Do the exact same thing. We slip the first one, purl 4, and purl 2 together. Turn our work back over and knit across those 6 stitches. Turn our work back over, do the exact same thing, slip the first one, purl 4, and purl 2 together. Knit back across those 6 stitches. Turn the work back over, slip 1, purl 4, purl 2 together. So you can see we're almost done with this section because we've only got 1 left from our first base triangle. So we go ahead and knit straight back across again. And then we want to go ahead and do it one last time. Slip the first stitch, purl 4, and purl 2 together. And then for the rest of tier 1, you just continue on doing the exact same thing that you just did. So you've got your red yarn, now you just go ahead and pick up the 6 stitches right along the next triangle and then start knitting together, purling together with these stitches on the next triangle. So you just go ahead and make sure you pick up under both legs, pick up and purl 6 stitches. Place the first or the last stitch back on and purl it together with the first stitch, and then you just knit across and then continue on in the pattern as the pattern will state, and then you'll have all of your triangles. So you can see that this is starting on in that woven look that you get with Entrelac. We've got our base triangle going this direction and our tier 1 going this direction. When we come back for tier 2, it'll be going this direction again, and you'll be picking up on that edge that you're slipping on. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for this video, finish up this round, and then we'll come back for tier 2 so you can see what that looks like. So we'll see you soon.